So for your homework, I have two particular situations here. The first situation is a homework example that's going to get into the competencies in the last unit here. Let's say that I have 5 couples that are about to be married. And let's say you do a study where you watch them communicate. And you, as the professional person, after you have an interaction with them communicating, let's say you rate them on how they communicate when they're talking about who's going to do household chores once they're married. And you rate the level of their interaction with a higher number, meaning they have good communication skills about that. As opposed to, I hate your guts, you better take care of the housework. No, I'm not going to do any of it. Go to hell. Da 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 da. So you rate their level of communication skills, and then you come back a year later after they're married and you ask them to rate their marital happiness. You get kind of a composite score of that. So I've given you communication scores going from 1 to 5, a higher number meaning better communication skills, and marital happiness with the idea that a higher number up to 10 means they are happy with their marriage. So a higher number means better communication skills and more marital happiness. What kind of example would this be? This is a simple linear regression. You have one predictor, communication skill, seeing if that might predict mental health or marital happiness. Mental health could be the same thing after a year. So I ran the correlations there, and what I'd like you to do is write out the R statements and the real-world conclusions from the correlation table. Going down, I've written out the coefficient table as well. See if you can use that table to write out the best fitting line equation there. And then the model summary. See if you can figure out the adjusted R squared. Give me a real world statement. And by the way, adjusted R squared, the way you write that is R squared. And see if you can give me the value of that and what that means. And then the ANOVA summary table. See if you can write that out and give me the conclusion there. A draft would probably be good. And then the second homework example is kind of the same thing, but this time I made a slightly different example with type A personality, family history, and cholesterol. Look at the data there. If you look at the data closely with LDL, type A, and family history, you should see that the results might be different for this analysis than the one I went over. Look at the correlation screen, the top line. Write out correlation statements with R's and real-world statements so I can see if you understand that. Go down to the regression thing, and from the top screen, tell me what the variables entered and removed with the stepwise regression means. Tell me what that model summary means, the adjusted R squared. Go down to the ANOVA screen, write out that for the statement and the real-world conclusion, and then the included coefficients and the excluded coefficients. So if you can do this for me, and then you're basically showing competence at understanding what correlation, simple linear regression, and multiple regression is about, and you know how to read tables and interpret output. When I taught this in a face-to-face way, we actually went through and did a lot of the statistics on this, but given this online environment, I'm thinking it's more appropriate to show you screens and outputs and make sure you understand those. Good luck. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.